Moon Platoon, I sincerely hope that you guys bought something these last few days, because no matter what you bought, look at the left-hand side, you have been right. However, how long can this last? And what exactly has this to do with the $1 million already identified from this show at the $3 strike calls? These are deep in the money calls, which means there's something suspicious going on. As always, we're going to talk about what that means with the short interest on AMC, GME, as well as your favorite stocks. What you guys need to do is slap that like to make sure that we are going up to 1,000 likes to defeat that algorithm together, gets more investors in this video, and just destroys the YouTube algorithm. They don't know what's coming. Comment out which one you are, and let's talk about the short interest first. Let's watch to the end of the video. First thing that you'll see is 20% short. You might have seen a small short interest change. That means that they're buckling down. Okay, we have been observing the observable shorts on the market level. So we have been looking at 105 million short interest. That means that on top of that 500 million or so free float, we're looking at 20% short. 1 out of every 5 stocks that are currently in an investor's hands has been shorted. That's only what can be calculated. Okay, what we've seen in the past is some significant resistance, as well as now, in the last 2 trading days, very, very good support, right? For AMC, we saw this tracked at $13 and change, $13.40 right here with the Friday's trading bounce. We saw GME carry through a delayed but already expected double bottom. All right, we tracked this in the last few videos. You can check out a playlist down below to look at all of the last analyses that we've done. But GME playing off of that double bottom nicely, up double digits already at $107.40. No matter what, if these 2 stocks had already had all of its fuel used up, why would they be having ridiculous swings? Okay, 10% swings across just 1 trading day. Sure seems like there is a very strong difference between this and previous bubbles. So I want you guys to be able to talk about this. Just look at it briefly. People are trying to save you from losing money are sus. They lost $70,000 since 2007 on theburst.com. Not a single website or person or finance news site warned them. No one tried to save their money back then. So why is it so different now? Right, once again, I'm not a financial or a legal advisor, and I'm definitely not your financial advisor, but that's just a question that made me think. Why are people trying to stop us right now? If you guys have been looking at that Lux algorithm, you have already seen that buy signal. It's a good one. We have been watching it for the 15-minute chart, and now that we've got it in the first part of that trading day at $14.87, you would already have been up more than $1 and change. That's the best part about being able to sink teeth into an investment like Lux algorithm. It's 20% off in the description down below for you guys, as well as Ortex, as well as Options Sonar. So once again, we talked about married put conversions. If you wanted to be able to disrupt the gamma ramp of a stock, this is not the way. For example, you had already put these calls deep in the money, so they have already been 100% hedged. So what does all this mumbo jumbo mean? Guys, go back into the first part of the channel where we were talking about this a year ago, all of the technicals. But essentially what you have here is a slope. All the blue is slowly rising, ramping up to the $145 mark, as well as the red is ramping down. So we have more and more of the puts in the money as the price goes down, and more of the calls in the money as the price goes up. As the price of the stock goes up, more and more of these calls can be exercised, which means more and more of these calls can result in stock purchases. That makes the price of the stock go up again. So that is how gamma ramps either side. However, right now we are seeing an accumulation of these puts going out of the money, especially on the 27th, which is what the data that we're looking at right now. We saw a ton of these calls at $15 put. So upon these puts at $15 strike, which means they are now out of the money as AMC is crossing that $16 threshold, which is fantastic. So one of the most important things you have to note is, why would someone put all of this money, $1 million, at the left side of the call option chain? Well, it's actually something that we've investigated in the past. What you can do with this is to be able to cycle your failure to delivers back and forth. We've noticed that if you are able to put this, earmark this at a part of the option chain that is easy to be able to identify without any collusion, any market maker talking to a hedge fund talking back. There's no talking at all. It's just earmarking these calls as these calls are short. They were the shorts that we are then taking these in the money calls, earmarking them, and then passing the buck onto the next part of the, let's just call it the laundromat for naked shorts. These FTDs then have to reset, and once the clock resets, you can just keep doing it, rinse and repeat, depending on the pressure that you're under. This was back on January 27th. So this is something that is still slowly in the making. Since 2021, a gamma ramp was the very first occurrence of it. And we saw it in not only January, June, but over and over again in these last few months. So is one coming in the near future? That's why we saw that buy signal on Lux algorithm. That's why I was looking at that MACD crossover, and it did happen. Just as predicted so far. Now we're waiting for whether or not AMC now has been smothered by this EMA, this 200 EMA right here, whether or not it can cross over in the next trading day and a half. Keep watching it until midweek. I would be looking at the level of resistance here at 1655. You can even add it to your own charts. This is how I use it on Webull. Horizontal line. Boom. You can see there's multiple points of confirmation here. One, that we just got rejected by the EMA, and two, 1, 2, 3. There's actually a ton of these confirmations right here at $16 and change. So you can make it even better with the right tools, which is why if you guys wanted 2 to 4 free stocks, check out of the links down below, Webull being one of them. Now, one of the last things that you'll notice is that a ton of the electric vehicle industry is up. Ride is up 23.6. We have let's see, Tesla going up 8%, hitting that $915 mark. Right? People are talking about the can't fail stocks right now. Even crypto is going up. Right? Bitcoin has now started to retake 38,000, already over. Now the question is whether or not it can break 40,000, a strong mental barrier for the week. If you guys had been learning something from this little chat that we've had together, I'd appreciate if you guys drop a comment about what you've learned, what was entertaining, and like the video if you've liked it. Make sure you guys have already started investing in your own financial freedom journey by pressing that subscribe button. And if you want to go with the extra mile, pressing that join button helps support the show and puts you on a cool select list of supporters. Thanks to Moon Platoon, Grillionaire, and Space Legends for making this show possible. Thanks to those of you who have clicked the links in the description down below. And let's say hello to the brand new year. Happy Lunar New Year to those of you who celebrate. And we will see all of you in the money. Peace.